Zero Mark here. Event preview for the Arena. New event that's been created by Network. I'm so excited they've got a new event. It's the Arena. They've been making a big deal about this being crazy and new. But wait, it's not new, is it? Let's take a look at what the Arena is. The Arena, brand new event type. Yeah, I'm totally not excited at all about this event. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of disappointed in Network for thinking that this event is a good idea. And all of the associated stuff that goes along with this. So I have a lot to say about this week's event deck, which is bad, and this week's new event, which I think is also going to be bad. Let's take a look at the Arena. The Arena has the Coliseum, so you'll battle other players in the Coliseum, so that's PvP, and Revenge. So 1 and 2 are just basically a straight PvP event like we've had before. And players have been complaining about PvP, that it's not very interesting, and that it doesn't work, and that it's not very good. So PvP was bad, so they decided, it's bad, it's not working, let's just incorporate it into an event. And then 3, Summon. Once you've defeated enough players, use your summoning coins to summon bosses. 4 different types of summoning coins for different boss difficulty levels. And then you have to fight the bosses with your guild, so you have to coordinate. The last time they had an event where they had these coins that had to pass out, it was a train wreck, and there was places where things went crazy and you couldn't get any bosses, and then it was just a mess, and coordinating, trading all these coins back and forth between people is just a mess. At least they've fixed the guild gifting system so that maybe this will work a little bit better because you can gift things better now, but I'm hesitant to see if that works out. So basically they said PvP is bad and people don't like it, and this crazy thing with all the coins trading around and trying to do stuff didn't really work. So let's take the thing that people don't like and the thing that didn't really work, and if we jam them together, that'll make a great event. It's kind of like saying, I don't know, I think mushrooms are kind of disgusting, and I think anchovies are kind of disgusting, but maybe if I put mushrooms and anchovies together, it'll be delicious. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not at all excited about this event. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that you put these two bad things together and somehow it magically synergizes and becomes great, but I am hugely skeptical of this particular new event because it's not really new. It's just taking these other things and mashing them together. So yeah, what a mess. So the only new stuff that they added is this mages, which is just aggravating. Okay, so let's talk about the event deck and the mages that are a part of this event deck. So the main event card, oops, just went away. Let's get him back. The main event card, Orion, the Cosmic Hunter. Okay, so Mage. Adds a Mage gem. This looks like it's just like a Commander gem, except for it's Mage, which will allow you to reduce the barrier. I'm going to have something to say about that later. Increases magic penetration, which is a strange terminology, but that's okay. So this is a Gemfall deck. Starter increase a light Gemfall by 20 gems. Okay. And then you get a light, small attack boost from the passive. Well, the last Gemfall deck, you were increasing your Gemfall with the main event hero by 40, not by 20. So seems like they've nerfed it a little bit. And yes, the complaint with the Gemfall deck was that like turns just go on and on and on, and it just takes a long time because you constantly have gems falling and matching and falling and matching and falling and matching, and you have to watch, wait. So it seems like they said, okay, so let's just then make the Gemfall shorter. Okay, that's great, but that also reduces the damage that you're going to do on each attack, right? Because you're getting half as many gems falling. So, yes, you've made it a little bit faster, but you've also made it much, much weaker. Yeah, so I'm not sure how this how this is going to work out, but you've made the gem fall shorter, so I guess you've answered people's complaints by making this deck a little bit faster. Okay, let's take a look at the X13, which is of course just an upgraded version of the main event card. Increases light gem fall by 25 gems, causing the next 25 gems to drop to be light gems. And then down at the passive, it's saying increase attack of all giant heroes by 7% per 5 light gem fall stacks. So you're adding 25 and you get 7% per 5. So this is increasing attack by 35%. Okay, well, just as a comparison, to look at this card, this is the X13 card for this event. Let's just look at the X13 Gemfall card from the red Gemfall deck. It's now, of course, X5, not X13, but it was the X13, and increased fire Gemfall by 50 gems, so they've cut that in half, causing the next 50 gems to drop. And then when it's active, you increase attack of Mystic Heroes by 3% per 5 Gemfall stacks. So you're adding 50 stacks and getting 3% per 5, so that's increasing attack by 30%. So the new one's increasing attack by 35%, but you're getting 25 gems versus 50 gems. Seems to me like a significantly weaker card. But it'll be faster because you won't have 50 gems falling, you'll only have 25 gems falling. So it'll be much faster, but it will also, I think, do significantly less damage. We'll have to see how that works out. So that's the X13 and the main event card. They're just speeded up versions of the Gemfall deck. Let's look at the support card. Support card is each time this, look at the passive, each time this hero attacks, destroy 6 non-light gems and heal for 90% of recovery. And then you can apply this skill to other characters. So when you apply it to other heroes, then they're all destroying 6 non-light gems and healing for 90% of recovery. So that's how you're going to get some heal in this deck. So every time this hero attacks, you get some, and then when it applies its battle skill to the other heroes, then they attack, you get some healing from that. So there's a bunch of healing that's coming out of this particular card. But no healing from either of the event card or the X13. So this is where you're getting the heal in this deck. From the support card, let's look at the ultra rare. They changed the ultra rare for this deck a little bit. It still destroys all non-light gems and spawns 2 light power gem 2s. If this were the 6-star version, it would be light power gem 3s, plus 2 more per 100 giant intensity rounded down. That's the exact same skill as the previous versions of this deck for the ultra rare. So exact same skill there. The passive is different. From the red Gemfall deck, the passive for the ultra rare was a revive. And a revive with HP per intensity. So a full health revive if you had some intensity. So instead, on this one, you're getting as light Gemfall increases, spawn 1 light power gem and heal for each 20 stacks of light Gemfall. But remember, you're only adding 20 or 25 stacks per event card. So spawn 1 light power gem 1 for 20 stacks. Well, if you have 3 of the X13s in your deck, you're increasing the light Gemfall by 70. Right? So that's going to give you 75 Gemfall. So that's going to give you 3 light gem power gem 1s from this. And even if it does it even if it activates each time, so the first time you activate it, it's 25, you get 1. The next time you activate it, it's 50, you get 2 more, so that's 3. And then the next time you activate it, it's 75, which gives you 3 more, that's 6. You're still getting 6 light power gem 1s, which is, yeah, not that great. I suppose it's better than 0 light power gem 1s, but getting a little bit of healing and a few light power gem 1s. Yeah, overall, I am thoroughly not impressed with this deck at all. It seems to be a very, very weak version of the Gemfall deck. It's supposed to be a little bit faster, and adding in from the ultra rare these light power gem 1s to try and get you a little bit of juice, but I just don't see this being a very good deck at all. I suppose it'll be a little bit faster than the previous Gemfall decks, but I would not be spending any gems on this deck. It just does not seem to be worth it to me at all. Seems to be pretty underpowered and pretty just not that great. The flip side of that, though, is that in the past, when things have been really weak and people have complained about it, they've made huge changes to the deck. They made a huge change mid-event to the last deck. So who knows? Maybe they'll make this one better. But right now, it's just not good at all. So let's look at the other change that they made, adding this mage skill. I think this is just terrible. Because here's what they've done. When you are fighting these bosses in this event, they're going to have barrier skill. So they'll have a barrier of some amount, 10, 50, 100, whatever. When you get to the higher bosses, I'm guessing that's going to be a pretty high number. And the barrier for the high bosses is probably going to reduce your damage to almost nothing. Remember what armor does as you get your bosses moved up when they put the armor on. If the armor for the top bosses, basically you could do billions of damage and it reduces everything to just 1 because the armor becomes effectively invincibility. If this barrier, when it's at like 100, is acting like essentially invincibility and reducing damage massively, then you're going to be completely unable to compete in this event unless you have mages in your deck to reduce those barriers. So you're not going to be able to use your decks from any of the other events, no matter how much damage they do, because the barrier is going to be reducing that damage significantly. So basically, they've created this event, and they created an effect that says you can't use other decks. It's not just that the other decks aren't quite as powerful, it's that you basically can't use them at all. You are forced to buy a mage deck, and oh, by the way, since this is the first event, you don't have any mage cards, or if you do, they're really, really old cards that they've just added the mage thing onto, but they're old, not very valuable cards. And so you have to buy this deck if you want to have any chance to compete in this event. And oh, by the way, they made it a lousy deck. So now you've got to spend a bunch of gems on a deck that's bad because if you don't, you can't do anything in this particular event. Oh, also, this is a Gemfall deck. Did you notice on all of these cards, the Gemfall skills? What's the cooldown? Let's look at this main event card again. Cooldown. 3 turns, which means you can only start the Gemfall, and you can get 1 big attack, and then you have 2 turns of nothing before you can do the Gemfall again. Well, a big chunk of this event is PvP. PvP doesn't work very well if you're only attacking once every 3 turns, because during those other 2 turns, you're getting annihilated by your opponent. So this is not only not a good deck in general, it's also not a good PvP deck. So for this event, you're getting an underpowered, bad deck that doesn't fit the event, but you have to do it because you need to have the mage barriers in order to be able to take down the bosses. So maybe you have a different PvP deck that you're using for that, and then when it comes time to kill the big bosses, you're pulling this deck out. But that seems to be a lot of gems to invest in something that just isn't that useful and won't be useful outside of this event because it's not a very good deck. So overall, I'm completely underwhelmed by all of the stuff that was put out this week. They're talking about this new event that's not really new. They added a mechanic that forces you to buy another deck and another set of new decks when most people don't even have decent decks of the other affinities for the other events, and now you've got to add another new thing in there. And then they initiated this with an event deck that's a massively underwhelming, unexciting, non-interesting deck. So I hope that I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that this deck is actually useful. I hope that this event is actually fun. But I am not encouraged. I would encourage everybody to just withhold any of your gem spending this week and just wait and see how this event works out, because I would not be spending big for this particular event deck. Well, I hope that you have fun. I hope that I'm wrong and that this is a really great event and that it turns out that you put two bad things together and somehow magically that turns into something amazing. But anyway, enjoy playing Legendary Game of Heroes this weekend. Until next time.